Dal Chihuly is perhaps the best known artist associated with the post-World War II studio crafts movements. He was born September 20, 1961 in Tacoma, Washington. After graduating high school, he decided to enroll at the College of the Puget Sound in 1959. It wasn't long thereafter that he transferred to the University of Washington in 1960 to study interior design and architecture. He earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in interior design in 1965. Chihuly worked after his graduation in 1965 as a designer for John Graham Architects in Seattle and as a commercial fisherman in Alaska to earn money for graduate school. He enrolled at the University of Wisconsin in Madison in 1966. He studied with Harvey Littleton, who is the most famous pioneer of the studio glass movement. After a year, he received his master's degree in sculpture in 1967. Chihuly also received his master's in ceramics from the Rhode Island School of Design in 1968. That same year, he received Fulbright funding to study at the Venini Glass Factory on the island of Murano in Venice. The Venini factory is a re-owned glass-blowing workshop. Chihuly was the first American glassblower to work in the Venini factory. He returned to the United States in 1969 and started teaching at the Rhode Island School of Design glassblowing program. Later in 1971, he founded the Phil Chuck Glass School north of Seattle. Dal Chihuly traveled to London, England in 1976, where he was involved in an automobile accident. He recovered from the accident but was left blind from his left eye. 3 years later, in 1979, he was surfing and dislocated his shoulder. Both events forced him to stop glass blowing but did not stop him from designing his glass sculptures. He hired some friends to help him create his designs. You may ask, what is glass blowing? Glass blowing is a glass forming technique that involves inflating molten glass into a bubble with a blowpipe or blow tube. The first glass sculpture I will discuss is the Fireworks of Glass Tower and Ceiling. It is also known as Fireworks of Glass. It is a blown glass sculpture installed in the permanent collection of the Children's Museum of Indianapolis, located in Indiana. The tower sits on a glass base and a pergola ceiling. It took Chihuly and his team 5 years to plan and create Fireworks of Glass, which was inspired by the idea of an upside-down chandelier. Dal Chihuly created the sculpture tower in 2006 and is his largest permanent installed glass sculpture, measuring at 43 feet and weighs approximately 18,000 pounds. It is composed of 3,200 pieces of red, yellow, and cobalt blue blown glass. The pergola ceiling is made up of 1,600 pieces of multicolored glass. The name of the shapes that are used in the ceiling are C-tubes, hornballs, Persians, and putti. The tower is mounted on the suspended glass ceiling. There are 2 to 4 feet pieces of twisted glass situated on a metal armature suspended by steel cables. The installation of the sculpture began January 2006. There were a total of 3 artists from Chihuly's team and 6 museum collection staff that began carefully adding the glass pieces to the metal armature. A plastic tube was inserted into each piece of glass to protect it when placed on the armature and to hold it securely to the metal rods. All 4,800 pieces of glass were installed in 14 days. The tower was constructed from bottom to top using ladders. Each month, the museum contracts a professional cleaner to dust the tower in order to restore it to its original color. The contractor suspends from the ceiling in order to clean the sculpture. The second sculpture that I will be discussing is the DNA tower that is located in the Indiana University School of Medicine. The installation of the glass components of DNA tower began on September 24, 2003. The DNA tower is 20.2 feet tall and 4.7 feet in diameter.
Its wooden base is 5.4 feet in diameter. This sculpture is a symbolic figure of the DNA, the blueprint of life. The sculpture is composed of 1,200 blown glass globes and weighs a total of 3,000 pounds. The four nucleal bases are constructed by the mauve, green, and blue globes. The yellow globes represent the double helix. The glass globes are held in place by steel armature that is painted blue. Professionals from Denny Park Fine Arts have been commissioned to clean the DNA tower.